ton of people joined. Listen, guys, it is time to get started. Without further ado, here's what you're going to learn in today's webinar. I'm going to go over 5 empowering questions that are changing lives. All right, these questions are the questions that are on your mind right now. I know that, I understand that. I'm also going to go over how exactly does copy make you money. Today we're going to talk about a great skill, a skill that actually many people misunderstand. People think that this is a skill that you have to be born with or you have to practice a lot. But I'm going to first and foremost share with you how it makes money. Why is this important? Why is that the concrete foundation of being an entrepreneur? Not even an online entrepreneur, just an entrepreneur. Then we're going to talk about, what if you stink at copywriting? All right. What if it's not your thing? What if you don't even like it? Last but not least, we're going to be recapping those masterful 5 steps. I'm going to go through them again. I'm going to go through them a little bit quicker. Last week, we had done a powerful presentation on them. And of course, a lot of you have been through the boot camp. How many of you have been inside the copywriting boot camp? Type in me. Type in me into the comments if you have been inside the copywriting boot camp. Type in me right now. Type in me. I want to see lots of me's pouring in. I want to see a lot of energy on this. If you're watching this on Facebook right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on Facebook, please make sure you click like, make sure you click share, make sure you leave comments and participate, because you're going to get an awesome chance to win some cool stuff, all right? Now, moving forward, the big news today that you've been waiting for is, firstly, I am going to go over the case study, right? How 6 pages of just simply words turned into $4.6 million, all right? I'm going to show you the pages. I'm going to show you the psychology behind it. We're going to go into whiteboard, draw. You need to be ready to take tons of notes. And then, without further ado, it is the day. It is the day for us to release Copywriting Academy. And I'm giving away a big, big discount today for the founding members. I gotta let you in on something. We did a student webinar earlier where all the Lurn Nation students get to get on a 3 p.m. webinar. And we actually sold out all the seats that I had reserved for today. But I've opened up some more, so you will have an opportunity today. If you haven't already, we have over 120 students who've already joined us. It's absolutely incredible. I'll tell you right now, this is the #1 skill that you need if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur without any question. Let me ask you a question. I want you to tell me if at the end of this presentation, once I've given you tremendous amounts of content, if it's fair for me to simply present to you this opportunity, this new course that you can participate in and invest in if you want to. All right, type in fair if you believe it's fair for me to do that. Just type in fair if you believe it's fair for me to do that. I'm going to ask your permission right off the bat. You know I love to be transparent. I like to tell it like it is. I like to have everything out in the wide open. Type in fair. Yes, all right. We got lots of fairs pouring in. Let's check Facebook. Let's see if it's happening on Facebook as well. All right, yes, we've got tons and tons of fairs pouring in on Facebook as well. You guys can actually see that, and on GoToWebinar, tons of them coming in. Listen, do me one favor, guys. Throughout this presentation, I've been up in the morning since 6 a.m. working on this presentation for you. I'm tired, but I'm not going to let that show. I love this stuff so much, but I need your help. I need you to agree to engage with me and to comment back and talk back with me every time I ask for it. It makes a big difference in my life. So type in the #1. Let's test it right now. I want everybody watching right now to type in the #1 to give me that boost of your energy. Let me borrow your energy. If I may, let me borrow your energy, all right? Yes? All right, they're pouring in. I love it. Thank you, guys. Listen, the skill that we're going to talk about today, this is what Robert Kiyosaki recently said. He said, Onyx changed the entire approach to selling. It's not even selling anymore. At Rich Dad, we've completely adapted to interactive marketing. You know what Rich Dad, or what Robert Kiyosaki says is, to an entrepreneur, the #1 talent, the #1 skill they need is the ability to sell. But selling sucks, and it's hard for a lot of people. Well, not because of the internet. You can do this very easily. Look at Les Brown, the world's #1 motivational speaker, who's sold millions, tens of millions of dollars of products on the stage. And he told us that actually meeting me and learning this system has changed his life. In 2016 alone, he says he earned over $1 million thanks to this system. All right, so now let me ask you, how many of you are pumped to learn the very same systems that even Les Brown and Robert Kiyosaki are saying have changed their businesses? Type in me if this is something that you are pumped, ready, excited, and have been waiting. You've been waiting all day. You've been waiting all day for this webinar so that you could be here right now. We got lots of me's pouring in, lots and lots of me's. I love it. All right, thank you, guys. So now let's dive right into the first question. All right, look, I understand. Here's what you guys are used to seeing and used to doing. But you know what? Lurn is turning things upside down right now. We want to change things in the industry. See, what you're used to doing is getting onto webinars where here's what you see. People talk about business systems, right? I do it too. We've got a great program called Inbox Blueprint where we talk about how to make money using email marketing. And so people are out there learning business systems, and it's easy to see how you directly make money because it's like click here, do this, and hey, you'll start to make money. So a lot of people will look at me, and been getting this question this last week, is Anik, okay, how does copy actually make me money, right? Can it actually make me money? Well, let me prove to you exactly why this is so powerful. Look at this right here. So what is one of the ways that we can make money, right? One of the ways we can make money is through what? Affiliate marketing. Right? We can be out there basically selling other people's products, whether we're doing it as with email marketing or whatever it is, but basically we can sell other people's products, correct? Okay, so we have this strategy that you can buy courses on called product review pages, where what your goal is to get free traffic from search engine optimization, and you start to earn commissions. Now, this is one of my close friends, Rithavan C, who also did a great review of Inbox Blueprint, and he gets free traffic and he gets sales, right? But what does he have to do? What do you see there? When he put this post up, what did he have to do in order to stand any chance at getting sales? What did he have to do? Tell me, come on, I'm looking for you guys to answer me. I'm looking for the answer in the comment boxes. Yes, Linda, Angela, Lloyd, Keith, Gerard, Carl, Rosalind, Jim, Bart. He had to, Marcus, Brian, Dan, you had to write copy, words had to be written. So you can become as masterful at search engine optimization. You can learn the strategy, but you gotta be able to write words. All right, let's talk about email marketing, something you guys know I talk about all the time and love, and it's near and dear to my heart. Very important. You send traffic to other people's products and you start to earn commissions, but what do you see there? What is an email comprised of? What is in an email if you're ever going to have any hope at it making you money? Come on, answer the question. What is in an email? Words. Yes, copy. Exactly. All right, let's look at blogging, right? We write product reviews. We post good content. We use this free traffic from search engines and from everywhere else and social media to build our email lists and all of this good stuff. But again, what do you see on the list? What do you see in front of you? You see words. All right, let's change it up a little bit. Let's say I'm not an affiliate. Anik, I got my own products. I sell my own products. I'm a digital publisher. Okay, great. So you create a written sales letter so that you can sell low ticket products so that people can get into your product marketing funnels. Look, this sales page you see is a written sales letter. This is actually going to be our case study today. I'm going to dive deep into this page. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how this 6 pages of words made me $4.6 million or built a $4.6 million business. But guess what? Again, words. Okay, let's look at when I was, this is from 2011, guys. This video that you see where I'm making an awkward face made me $3.3 million. I was selling a $37 product, and I did it through a video, but what's in the video? Words, right? All right, let's change it up. Webinars, selling high-ticket products, one of my favorite things to do. I do over $20 million a year because of this. Well, again, what do you see on a PowerPoint slide? Like right now, what are you seeing? You see words. Guys, how many of you are already starting to see that copy? Type in the number 1 if you're already starting to see that copy and words are absolutely vital. I don't care what kind of business model you're doing, e-commerce, digital publishing, it doesn't matter. Words are incredibly important. I'm getting ones just pouring in. See, Denny, Dr. Janet, Pat, Troy, Ron, Tim, Prasan, Marv, Jeff, Raj, Don, Felipe, Ronald, Yvonne, Ricardo, Tim, Thomas. Oh my God, it's tons of people, right? Okay, so I had somebody come to me just a few days ago, challenge me. They said, no, what about e-commerce? I'm selling physical products. It doesn't really matter what, words and copy and all that's only for digital people. Really? All right. Well, I challenge you. Let's have a little look. In order to get people to your website, if you're selling a physical product, you got to have ads. You got to put your ads up on Facebook, up on Google, wherever you do it. Guess what your ads have? That's right, words. All right, what about the description page where you actually sell the product? That's right, words. You got to have words on those, right? So even with e-commerce, how many of you agree? Type in yes if you agree. Even with e-commerce, you have to be able to at least follow a simple formula of words. All right, let's look at coaching and consulting. Here's another one of our students, my business partner, my friend, Andy Bragpool, who's earning over $40,000 a month. We're going to talk about his case study later. And he uses, that's right, words so that he can generate leads for his high-ticket programs. And we have tons of coaches and consultants out there that are, again, no matter what, it is words that make the powerful impact. You know, I tell the story about how I actually became a copywriter, and I was the least likely to have ever had a chance at becoming a copywriter. Okay, I sucked at it, guys. You know, in school, I used to study until 3 in the morning. I used to work as hard as I could just so that I could get good grades. I wasn't naturally smart by any means. But the first time I struggled, my first D- was, you won't even believe it, it was in writing. You know what? I didn't care for writing. I thought writing was stupid. I didn't see the point. You know, what is the point? Writing is for people who write novels and books, and I don't want to do that, poems and all this nonsense I don't want to do. And it wasn't until I went to my first ever marketing event in Delray Beach, Florida, years ago, we're talking 14 years ago, that I had the biggest epiphany when I was around these amazingly successful entrepreneurs, and I realized, shoot, writing has a purpose. See, writing's purpose is that your words represent you when you're not present. Your words represent you when you're not there. See, in order to build a business, somebody's got to be there to sell. I mean, I don't care what kind of product you have, right? There's got to be a moment where something is sold. Do you agree with me? Type in agreed. Type in agreed right now. If you agree with me that no matter what kind of business you got going on, you gotta have a sale happen at some point. So traditionally, years ago, you'd have salespeople on the road, you'd send physical letters to people's mailboxes, you do all this crazy stuff. But today, thanks to the fact that we can put words on the internet, we can actually passively, this is a big word, we can actually passively make millions potentially. Guys, between all the companies that I have that I'm involved in right now, this year we're projecting north of $25 million in sales, all because of the fact that there are words on a page, right? And I don't really do this for other people anymore. So I learned the ability to sell through the art of the written word, but I don't actually sell my services anymore. I used to. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that. But here's an individual who doesn't have his own products, Andrew Bragpool. And you won't even believe this. There are 4 kinds of copywriting that you're going to become a master of when you decide to join Copywriting Academy. And Andrew has really only invested the time in mastering one of them, which is emails. And he's still, I think he's 24 years old. He didn't go to college. And my favorite part about him is that English was his worst topic, his weakest topic. His teacher told him the same thing that my English teacher told me. She said, please don't ever become a writer. You suck. His English teacher told him the same thing. Yet, you know what? He's done over $300,000 last year. He was actually, when I met him last year, he was in Asia. He traveled all through Asia at the age of 24. He's seen more of the world than even I have at this point. And in a couple of weeks, he's leaving to travel all through South America. He's currently making $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you would have a deep impact in your life if you could do even 10% of that? Type in the number 10 right now. If you could do even 10% of what Andrew Bragpool is doing, it would make a deep impact into your life. Just type in the number 10 right now. We have Orande, who just typed in 10 on our Facebook feed. Larry, who just typed in 10. Tim, Robert, Marcus, Ron, Steve, Angela, Gus, Thomas, Brad, Beth Cooper on our Facebook feed. Kimberly Phelps. Guys, look at the kinds of income he's making. And all he's doing is he can charge people $2,500 to $4,000 to $5,000 a month to just write an email a day for them. An email, it takes him 10 minutes. Right? So the amount of power that stays within the ability to monetize copy is impeccable. And I don't care what kind of business, online, offline, digital, physical, you are an entrepreneur. If you want to be an entrepreneur, the best advice my mentor, my eventual mentor ever gave me was, Anik, if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you damn well better learn how to sell through the art of the written word. And at that time, it didn't make much sense to me. But I'll tell you today, it makes all the sense in the world. How many of you right now are starting to understand it makes sense? Type in yes if it makes sense. If you're starting to see that that yes, you've got to master this, guys. If you want to be successful entrepreneurs, you need to master it. All right, we got lots of yeses pouring in. I'm not even going to read the names. So there you go. That's question number 1. This is how and why copy is what you need. This is how copy makes money. So that leads us right to the question number 2. And I know that this question is on a lot of people's minds. What if I'm not a writer, natural born writer? Hey, you know what? What if I hate it? What if I stink at it? How many of you right now, let's be honest with me, okay? Let's have a moment of honesty, brute honesty. Type in the word me. Jim already said it. Jim Dare said, that's me. Type in me right now if you can relate to this. If you've had this concern, if you've thought about this at least once in the last week that you've been learning about copy from me, that you've been getting excited and pumped and ready for this webinar, that you've had this thought go through your mind. Type in me right now. Guys, I wish I could show you the company that you're in. Everybody's typing in me. All right, we got Christopher on Facebook. Charlotte says not me. That's great. I'm glad it's not you. But let me tell you something. I still hate writing. I can't get a word on a page sometimes. If you give me a blank page to write, I can't make it happen. And I'm not that good at it. Grammatically, I'm a nightmare when I write. Nightmare. That sentence in front of you probably has 10 grammatical errors in it. You know what, though? I've mastered a 5-step formula. I'm not a good novel writer, but I can write to sell any day. Those are two very different things. Guys, I had the slimmest chance of ever becoming a writer, of ever becoming a copywriter. I was the worst writer. I didn't want to hone the skills. I fought back, and I didn't ever think it would be something I would need. But luckily, somewhere I found someone who guided me in the right direction. And ironically today, I understand the advice that my mentor gave me, that he said the number one thing that every successful business person must be able to do is sell through the art of the written word. It took me years. It took me $120 million in online sales before I understood what he meant. But you know what's completely ironic and what's going to give you tremendous hope today? What's going to give you tremendous hope is the following. The common man is better suited today than a trained wordsmith. You, where you sit right now, with your concerns, with your questions, with the fact that you're not a writer, are actually, you have an advantage over everybody else. An advantage over everybody else to become a writer. Why? Because it comes down to this. 5 steps, a formula plus templates that you're going to get. Now, these 5 steps, we're going to fill them in today. We're going to go through them. You know, last week on the webinar, of course, we went through them in much more detail, but we're going to go through them in even more detail today. We're going to really dive deep into them. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give this to you. And I want you to know that inside the Copywriting Academy, each of these steps, each of them has its own template that we follow. Just to prove this point to you, many of you may know a good friend of mine. His name is Fred Lamb. You know, Fred Lamb came into this digital publishing business with 0 writing experience. I know this. I've known him for years. What a great guy. One of the best hearts I've ever seen. He struggled even to write an email. And then he came and spent 3 days with me where I gave him less training, less knowledge than what I'm giving you today. And this guy on his first product launch went on to do over $1.5 million. In the last 18 months, he's created over $5 million in revenue, all thanks to the formula you're getting today. And you know the best part, the craziest part, is that English is his second language. If you've ever listened to him speak, I always kind of poke fun at him as a friend. Grammatically, he's all off. He pluralizes words that don't belong to be plural. He misses words. He misses prepositions and nouns and all this stuff that I don't even know till this day. So right now, what I want you to type in, I'm in. If you understand, type in I'm in right now. I want to see everybody typing in I'm in right now. If you understand that you don't need to be a Pulitzer Prize winning author to be able to write well enough to create millions of dollars in sales. Look at all the Don, Joseph, Gerard, Donna, Tamer, Frank, Patricia, Andrew, Gus, Jim, Jerry, Walter, Tim, Felipe, Raj, Daniel, Oscar, Smiley. Oh my God. Smiley says, I'm in like Flynn. I love it. We got tons of people on our Facebook here. Kathy, Debbie, Charlotte, Shiv, tons of people, guys. I'm so glad you're here. Listen, I'm glad that we're going through all of this because this is really pivotal things. You're really having a major mind shift change right now. If you've been struggling to make online marketing work, guys, I'm discovering more and more as I've taught over 250,000 students in the last 15 years. I'm discovering more and more. It's because we skip the foundational things. It's like going straight from elementary school to high school. You can't do it. So there's foundational things we have to go over, and that's what we're learning today. So thank you very much, and congratulations for your commitment to being here. I mean that. I really do mean that. Question number 3, how in the world do I quickly master this? How many of you are thinking, I got to get this down. I want to do it. I don't want to spend 15 years. Type in me. Type in me right now. If you don't want to spend 15 years, you want to quickly master this trade enough so that you can start building your 7-figure business, so that you can actually start making major impact in your life. Yeah, lots of me's coming in. Well, listen, guys, first and foremost, let me tell you something. You should be very, very happy that you are in a place where you don't have any prior training, because whatever was being taught for the last couple of decades, it is dead. It's gone. If you came into this with training as a copywriter from 20 years ago, you're going to have a harder time making money today than if you learn it starting now, because direct marketing is dead. As a matter of fact, I'm currently writing a book. I'm almost finished. It's set to launch in August. And the name of the book is The Death of Direct Marketing and the Birth of Interactive Marketing. Everything we do, just think about it. We as consumers are completely different. Guys, 20 years ago, if you got a postcard from me or a direct mail to your home and you read it and it sounded great, you had no choice but to pick up the phone and call and buy. Today, the consumer is so different. The consumer is educated. They go to Google. Within minutes, they know your competitors. They can check your past. They know what your reviews are. They are informed. And because of that, the form of marketing and your approach to selling has to change. Just look at what's happening to all the biggest 295 global business leaders. Look at all the red when it comes to direct mail, trade shows, print, radio. They're dropping their budgets like crazy. And then look at email, social media, mobile, search, public relations through the internet. Companies are massively increasing their spends in these areas. And that brings us to a brand new world of what I call interactive marketing, the new formula to selling. It's gotten so much easier. You would think it's gotten more complicated, but let me be here the first one to tell you that it has gotten so much easier. We're actually so blessed to be in a place where we can be doing this today, because guys, earlier, cold calling was direct marketing, right? If you wanted to call 100,000 phones, you would be investing $200,000 in hard costs. Direct mail, if you wanted to send 100,000 direct mails out to people, you would be investing a minimum of $200,000. Today, if I want to send out an email to 200,000 people, it's free. I'm using my autoresponder, boom, I send out an email. It's gone. Infomercials. It would cost you $100,000 just to produce the infomercial. Today, we use YouTube to host our video sales letters for free. Infomercials. Let me ask you this. How many of you, who can actually remember the last time that they were up at 2 a.m. flipping through channels and trying and watching infomercials? Who can actually remember this? Brian Ayala says, hell no. Guys, we don't do this anymore. We've got Netflix, we've got Hulu, we've got Apple TV, we've got Google's TV or whatever they've got, Chrome or something they call it. Because we don't do this stuff anymore. So now you don't have to rely on the 2 a.m. channel flippers when you can have a video sales letter online that's on demand. Okay, 20 years ago, if you had a high-ticket product, you had to send people into people's homes to sit across the table from them to sell to them. Today, just get this. When I asked you earlier, where do we have people on here today? Thanks to webinars, I've got people right now concurrently on from Dubai, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, South Africa, UK, Canada, of course, all over America, Brazil. I saw Peru. I saw Dubai. I think I already said that. I saw Malaysia. I remember seeing all these countries, everyone in one place. And I'm literally, being honest with you, sitting in my pajamas in a corner of my home office. So we've evolved. We've completely changed in ways that we can't even begin to express. All right? We have a whole new age, and that means we have to learn a different way of actually selling. Brian says, don't forget Japan. Yeah, we got someone here from Japan. Listen, guys, how many of you have already had a bit of a moment in your head where you say, whoa, type in wow right now. Just type in wow into the comments if you already just had a moment of holy crap. Get a holy crap moment in your mind where you realize we're in a different place in a different era, ladies and gentlemen. We need to change the way we do things. And unless we understand, someone in the comments earlier just wrote, so Anik, you're basically talking psychology. Yes, exactly. Marketing is psychology. And until you learn and understand that, guys, you won't succeed online. I don't care what kind of business model you follow. That is exactly what's going on. Tim Fleming says, holy cow, Harry Carey. Cherry says, holy crap. I know. So that leads me right in. Guys, I'm going to plow through this. Because I got a lot of great information to cover. Now, the next 7 or so slides are going to be a repeat of last week. but I'm going to kind of take them from a different angle. Remember, repetition is the key to mastering a talent, but I need to share this with you. How many of you, just type in the number one, for me if you did not see last week's webinar. That will tell me in how much detail I need to cover the following 5 steps that have helped me sell over $120 million worth of products online. Just type in the number 1 right now so I can tell, okay, wow, well, we got a fair amount of people. And that's fine. That's okay. Trust me, I'm glad you made it today because you're still going to learn everything that was taught last week. You're going to learn even more. Lots of ones. I see ones on Facebook. I see ones on GoToWebinar. By the way, we got hundreds of people. We're at, between all the different places where we're showing this webinar, just so you guys know, we have 1,000 people on. Isn't that crazy? I love it. It's impeccable. So guys, that brings us right to the new 5-step copywriting formula. Listen, in the world of interactive marketing, it's all about emotion, engagement, and connection. Let me repeat that. Emotion, engagement, and connection. And if you can just follow these 5 steps, you will masterfully make all of those happen. Masterfully. Now, I know that in and of itself, you might be reading introduction, story, content, transition, pitch. Come on, Anik, that doesn't sound that evolved. It doesn't sound that transformational. Wait till you see how these are actually applied. That's where the magic happens. All right, so each of these steps has a purpose. So we move into the introduction, which by far is the most important step, right? Because here's the part. I could have the best pitch in the world. I could have the best product in the world. But if I don't convince someone to stick around long enough to engage with me, to actually absorb that message, what's the point? It's like that story. If a tree fell in the forest and no one was around to hear it, did it make a sound? Well, yeah, it did, but who cares? No one heard it. So the purpose of an introduction is pure and simple. It is to convince someone to engage with you. That's it. You want to convince someone to stay with you through your presentation, through your article, through your written sales letter, through your video, through your webinar, through your email. And the way you do that, ladies and gentlemen, is by focusing on what's in it for them. See, it's a very simple formula. The bigger the commitment you're asking for from someone, the longer your introduction will be. On a webinar, typically I'm asking for you to stay with me for 90 minutes. So I'm going to do an introduction that's at least 4 or 5 minutes long. But I'm going to focus on you. Let me give you a prime example. This is where I have a lot of fun, where I actually use to prove to you I practice what I preach, right? So focus on what's in it for you. Look at my 2nd and my 3rd slide. I told you what's in it for you. I told you exactly what's in it for you. Type in wow right now. If you just had an aha moment, you're like, holy crap, he's sitting here actually doing this. He's actually doing this on me right now. I'm using the guys, and it's natural because it makes sense. It goes in line with what you want me to do, right? When you start this presentation, you want me to tell you what's coming up. Why would you want to stay with me if I'm not willing to tell you what I'm going to be delivering to you? Why should you commit your time to me? Now, the next big thing that's really important during an introduction, ladies and gentlemen, is creating open loops. Now, what's that? Okay. How many of you, type in the word binge right now. Type in the word binge, B-I-N-G-E, if you've ever binge watched a TV show. Type in the word binge if you've ever binge watched a TV show. All right, we got Jim, Tanya, Tim, Marcy, Keith, Joe, Andrew, Jean, Angela, Ayana, David, Walter, Robert, Steve, Ronnie, Brian, Andrew. Tons of people, guys. I have binge watched so many TV shows. Do you know why? I used the same example last week because at the end of every episode, they do something that makes you say, what? And you have to watch the next episode. Like your favorite character standing there and someone sneaks up behind them with a knife and is just about to swing and boom, frame freeze. Frame freeze. And you got to watch the next one to see if they actually got stabbed or not. So ladies and gentlemen, did I create open loops for you today? All right, well, let's go see. Let's go find out. Did I create open loops for you today? All right. So right here, earlier, I showed you the 5-step formula, but I didn't fill it in. I told you I'll tell you more about this later on. Up here, I told you stick around with me and I'm going to show you the exact 6 pages and I'm going to show you the whole funnel that made me over $4.6 million. So there you go again. Type in aha. Type in aha if right now you just saw how I have absolutely implemented step number 1 in this very presentation, and it has absolutely helped you progress in this presentation, and how you feel this could be incredibly impactful. See, nobody teaches this when it comes to how the formula is applied. They just say introduce, but how do you introduce? See, for each of these steps inside of Copywriting Academy, we have templates that we follow. We have approaches that we use so that you can create powerful introductions and stories and content. All right, let's move on to the second step here, guys. The second step is story. Now, I got to tell you right here, this is one of those pivotal points where most people teach it completely wrong. Completely wrong. See, a lot of people think a story is meant to go in and boost yourself, give your credibility. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Onyx Agal. I'm a Business Week top 3 entrepreneur, Fortune 500 double-time CEO, internationally spoken on stages of tens of thousands of people. I'm recognized by Forbes. I'm recognized by Huffington Post. I'm recognized by news channels across the world. That's what they think a story is. Let me talk about myself. Let me tell you who I am. But you know what? The purpose of a story is relationship, connection, and trust. You need to be able to relate to me. I need to put myself in a place where you think, you know what? Anik and I, we're the same person. If Anik can do it, I can do it. So if I were, how many of you would feel connected to me if all I did the entire time this presentation is told you how freaking awesome I am and all the great accolades I've won? How many of you would feel connected? Walter says I wouldn't. Smiley says no way. You know, Robert says no. Ayana says no. Keith says no. Guys, you wouldn't. So here's the concept I teach: Batman versus Robin. Look, man, nobody can relate to Batman. He's a billionaire. He's in perfect shape. He has the leading scientist in the world developing the best toys for him. He has no life. He has no family. All right? We're not Batman. And if someone came to you and said, you too can save the world every day by fighting crime, you'd say, I'm not Batman, man. I'm not him. But Robin, we can relate to. Robin's your everyday guy. He's your normal guy. And you know what? Robin's biggest job is to drive Batman to the scene and to support Batman. So guys, the system, your product, what you're selling, that's Batman. Put it up, position it super high and let people know that that's the end goal. That's what they want. And you're Robin. You're the fortunate one that gets to bring it to them so that you get to be the person that they can build that connection and trust with. You get to be the person that they're connected to. And your story, it should have nothing to do with you necessarily. It should have everything to do with your journey to discovering the system. See, if you think about it, guys, think about it for a moment. What did I do in this very presentation? Let me end show again. Let me just take you back up to the top of the presentation. When I talked about my story right during this slide, did I tell you that it took me 18 months to finally make some money online? Did I tell you that I made my first $300 through an affiliate product review? Did I tell you that I've gone on to do this and that? No. I focused my entire story around my discovery of this one skill, this one talent that's allowed me to be where I am today. Type in wow right now. Oops, I just skipped ahead there. Type in wow right now. Type in wow if, again, you just had a moment where you're like, you didn't even realize it. You didn't even see it, right? You didn't even see it, but it's happening right in front of you guys. I'm telling you right now that by following the simple formula, not only are you going to be a better marketer, a better entrepreneur, but you know something? You are going to be a more engaging person that people want to hang around. You know, when I walk into a party, I'm not shy to admit that I'm the person people want to talk to. Why? Because I've naturally followed this 5-step formula when I'm talking to people. I tell stories. I engage with people. You become a more interesting person. Last but not least, you have to build the hardship and pain. The best part about telling your journey to discovering the system is that you get to tell people and get to help people realize that without your system, the amount of pain they're going to go through if they don't just connect with you on this whole thing, right? Now we move right along to step number 3. So how many of you so far, type in yes. Type in yes if so far you can do this. I've shared everything with you, believe, with my mentoring, my coaching, my hands-on guidance. You could do this. Type in yes right now. I want to see a bunch of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we see them pouring in. Thank you, guys. Wow. Let's look over at Facebook Live. You can see the yeses pouring in over on Facebook Live. We've got a packed house. Everywhere we're presenting this, we've got a packed house. If you're watching this on Facebook, guys, make sure to click share. What we're going to do at the end of this presentation, if you're on Facebook, is I'm going to pick a winner from the shares. If you've clicked share, I'm going to pick someone to win some amazing stuff. All right, let's talk about step number 3, content. Now, content is an interesting new thing that is really required in interactive marketing. It wasn't so much required back in the days of direct marketing, but content is required now because people ask a question that they didn't do 20 years ago. People today, the new consumer, asks a question, and that question is, why you? Because they immediately know who your competition is. See, they can immediately see the competition and what other options they have, so why you? So the purpose of content is not to educate. A lot of people think that the purpose of content is to educate. And let me tell you, if you start to educate people too much, you'll kill the sale. See, content, the purpose is to build your value and credibility. A lot of people thought that that was the purpose of the story, but it isn't. So far, for the last 2 weeks, I have been giving you tremendous, valuable training in the world of copywriting. I have been opening your mind and teaching you content that is unique, teaching you things that you don't believe you'll get anywhere else, things that you know you'll only get by being here. And how many of you right now have already decided? Let me ask you this. Type in the number 1. If you already know that you want to be a part of Copywriting Academy, you've already discovered that, you know what, I got to do this. Type in the number 1 if you already know that you need to be a part of Copywriting Academy because you know that that's the next big thing for you. That's going to be the big breakthrough. Guys, we have Jane, Debbie, Ismail, Dominic, Shell, Felipe, Sumaya, Ramil, Yaz, Eric, Tony, Dexter, Randy, Danny, Donna, Shannon, Jeff, Walter, Gene, Paul. And on Facebook Live, we have just tons of people. It's not because I've sat here telling you how amazing it is, because I've built content and value. Through my content, I shared with you one thing, and that is you need me. You need to learn this from me. See, guys, I have kept everything very linear because the human mind does not like to bounce around. So I created this diagram right in front of you, the 5 steps. It's a flow, and I can teach this content to you in a way that you can absorb and you don't get overwhelmed. Type in yes right now if you agree that you're not overwhelmed right now. You're understanding. You're following me. Type in yes right now if you're following this presentation. You know what I'm talking about. So guys, look at this diagram right here. I love diagrams because diagrams innately create an open loop. See, if you don't already know what this diagram is, if I told you that this diagram alone has generated over $20 million in sales for me, how many of you right now, type in me into the comments if you would be, you want me to fill this out. You're sitting there thinking, oh my God, please, Phil, what the hell is this diagram? Tell me. What is it? You know, Pat Dixon says, I love when you draw diagrams. Daniel says some words I can't say, but basically said, heck yes. Right? You guys want me to fill this out. Well, that's how we position our content. We use linear thinking. At the sale. It is not the pitch. The greatest misconception out there in the world is that people think that it is the pitch where the sale happens. And I'm here to tell you that it is the content, because you know what? How many of you have been on a webinar with me where you knew I'm going to sell something at the end of the webinar? All of you. I'm not going to ask you to respond to that because you've all been on a webinar. But think to yourself right now. I want you to close your eyes and just think. You're going to have a major aha epiphany moment right now. Why would you be watching my pitch if you weren't already sold? By the time you get to the pitch, ladies and gentlemen, you're already sold. Type in yes, type in agreed, type in anything. Type in yes, agreed. Ismail just said, dude, that's genius. Andrew says, I'm already sold. Brian says, I was sold at the boot camp. Guys, do you see how that works? I love this. Walter Lopez just wrote, mind equals blown. See, guys, at the pitch, why are you watching the pitch? You wouldn't be watching if you weren't sold. You would not care. You wouldn't be watching. But what's the one thing left on your mind? What's the one thing left on your mind during the pitch? That's the only thing left on your mind. That's right. Aja, Jim, Ayana, Thomas, Robert, Tanya, Randy, Hasif, Douglas, everyone's saying, how much? Price. See, we're going to talk about this because the pitch is where you confirm the sale, not get the sale. Confirm the sale. So the content is where you get the sale. Now we move into a very pivotal step again, transition, short but superbly effective. Guys, the entire purpose of transition is to say, why? Why are you selling me? Why are you asking me for money? Man, I just spent this much time with you. I love you. You gave me great content. I have good tingly feelings. You're a nice guy. But now you want to ask me for money? Imagine how it feels to ask your friends for money. It's uncomfortable. So you know what? Let's address the elephant in the room. In my example, guys, at Lurn, we have a big staff. I got a lot of coaches. It takes me a lot of money to manage this. It's a big business for me. In the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur. I like to make money too. I've taken 15 years to learn this masterful talent. I don't want to give it away for free. Plus, I got to pay the bills. There's my why. Got to charge for it. And all of a sudden, the consumer's mind thinks, holy crap, okay, that makes sense. You know, I walked my friend into, I told the story last week too, I walked my friend into a CarMax dealership. They sell used cars. He came in and told me, I don't want to spend more than $20,000. I thought, that's crazy. This guy's rich. Why? But okay. I walk into the dealership and the guy starts to basically tell us how if we could spend 30, we'd have many, many, many better options. Immediately my mind goes to, here we go. Here's the pitch. This guy wants to make more money. He wants a bigger commission. And then he points to a sign on the wall that says, by the way, I make the exact same money for selling you a $10,000 car as I would for a $100,000 car. We're not commissioned. We make a set amount per car sold. And immediately we were relieved because we knew the why. Now here's another big thing. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to imagine this because this is a very pivotal, powerful point that I have to make in a presentation. And this is why these 5 steps are so important. So imagine you're a salesperson. Imagine you're selling life insurance and you walk into somebody's home. So you got a family, a husband and a wife invited you into their home and you walk in, you sit down, you got your little binder in front of you, you put it down on the table. You got 2 people watching you, listening to you. Their hands are crossed, arms are crossed. They're really, really scared of you. They know you're going to pitch them things. They're not so comfortable. And you got a wife and you got a husband. So for a moment, okay, just to play the traditional role for sake of example, let's just say both husband and wife are playing the traditional old school way of thinking, right? The woman is she's the caretaker, she's the one that has the emotions involved, and the man is the more logical and provider type of guy. So the very first thing you're going to do as a good salesperson is you're going to turn right to the woman, the mom, the wife, and you're going to talk about the emotions. You're going to talk about safety, security. What if your children this? What if something happened to you? What if this? What if that? What if this? You're going to get her on your side. And then at some point, you're going to turn to the husband who's sitting there with his arms crossed and saying, I don't know about you. How much are you going to charge me? What's going on here? And you're going to go to that. And that, guys, the relationship is the first 3 steps. You're always talking to the subconscious mind where emotions matter, where you need to get deeper into somebody. But the transition is where you transition to the conscious mind. That's where the person basically says, you better prove it. The subconscious mind calls in a favor with the conscious mind. Right? This is very important. And then we move right into the part that everybody seems to worry about the most. But let me tell you something. It's the least important because it's boring. It's dull. It's formulaic. There is a step-by-step process that you implement and that's it. The purpose of a pitch is to confirm a sale. That's it. There's only one question left during a pitch that you need to answer and you can follow the same 8-step formula to get there. The only question left is, am I getting more, much, much more, overwhelmingly more than what you're asking from me? If you're asking me for $1,000, are you giving me $10,000 in return? See, the conscious mind is logical and skeptical. So we use a simple 8-point pitch formula to get them around it. Guys, everyone wants an overwhelming deal. That's just the way it is. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the 5-step formula. But I want to ask you something right now. I want you to type in the word wow. I want you to type in wow. If at least throughout that presentation, I had you go through major aha moments. You know what? Type in mind blown. If you've had an epiphany today that's made you realize where your weaknesses are as a marketer and potentially why you could be struggling to finally have your success. I got Lynn, Sumaya, Bill, Keith, Angela, Ismail, Robin, Tony, Harry, Andrew, Hale. Let's look over here on Facebook Live. We have Jesse, Cyrus, Kimberly. We have Arlinda. We have just tons of people pouring in there saying mind blown, right? Well, Dan Da Silva was someone, he is a kid. I call him a kid. He's 21 years old, 0 experience selling, kind of actually a little shy. And he says he copied my formula to the T and did $1.1 million in 90 days. He says it seriously works. He created a digital product, followed my formula early 2016, did his first product launch, $1.1 million in sales. How many of you right now Type in me if even 10% of that would lead to a major change in your life. Type in me if even 10% of that would lead to a major change in your life. Big time, right? Big time. So guys, that's how you master it. But now, the next question that a lot of people ask is, how much is copywriting actually worth? Okay, Anik, if I'm going to take a pause and a break from all these systems and these sexy sounding e-com this, digital publishing this, email that, AdSense this, blogging this, all these Amazon this, all these amazing systems out there that are out there to make you money. If I'm going to take time away from this, Anik, if I'm going to take time away from this, how much, because I'm going to take a month or 6 weeks or 3 weeks of my life to commit to really mastering and learning this trade. So how much can I make? What is it worth to me? Prove it to me, right? So ladies and gentlemen, my time as a copywriter is worth 6 figures an hour. I know that sounds like I'm hyping, it sounds like I'm crazy, but I'm talking about to the tunes of $350,000 an hour. Last week on that webinar, I proved to you how 50 hours of my investment that built a PowerPoint deck 2 years ago has gone on to do over $17.4 million for me. Today, the thing I'm going to share with you, the 6 pages, took me probably 2 to 3 hours to write. And then some videos behind it. If you looked at everything I did, guys, maybe I took 15 hours. And it turned into $4.6 million in income. So, and here's the thing, if this was 20 years ago, I wouldn't propose that everybody try to learn how to do this, because it wasn't easy. But today, copywriting is superbly easy. And it's actually a little ironic. When I would have thought it would be more complicated, Microsoft recently did this study, blew my mind. Okay, 2015, they published a study. This was even published in Time magazine. Microsoft proved, without a shadow of doubt, that human beings now have a shorter attention span than a goldfish. And you know what we can thank for that? We can thank our cell phones. We can thank all these things around us that are pinging and dinging all around the time. We have an attention span of 8 seconds versus a goldfish, which is proven to have an attention span of 9 seconds. So you would think, I thought, oh my God, that is going to make marketing and writing so much harder, because I got to get them in 8 seconds. I have to be able to get someone's attention and get them to work with me 8 seconds. That's going to be too hard. So what I discovered, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that the short attention span actually makes our lives so much easier as marketers. And here's why. There's something called the yes funnel. And what I'm going to do here to show this to you is I'm actually going to pull up a whiteboard. All right. I'm going to move right along here. How many of you are loving this presentation so far, by the way, and are learning a lot? Type in yes if you are learning a lot. Type in yes right now, guys. I want to see lots of energy in this room. Come on. I want to hear everybody typing this. Type in yes right now if you're learning a lot. If you're watching this on Facebook, guys, right now, if you're learning a lot, I want you to click like and I want you to click share. You're going to get an awesome chance at the end of this webinar to win some cool stuff. If you're on GoToWebinar, you're going to also get an amazing chance to win some amazing stuff. So I'm going to pick people from Facebook and from GoToWebinar. But on Facebook, to qualify, you have to have click like and you have to have click share. So guys, here's what I want to show you something called the yes funnel, which is going to completely change the way you think about marketing altogether, and nobody has taught you this. So let's pick something as simple, something that you can relate to, something as simple as a webinar. And let's look at some challenges we have. As marketers today, we have a challenge in the world of attention span of people, right? We don't have their attention. Number 2, we have a challenge of trust. Why? Because we are fully virtual all the time. Most of you, all of you, probably haven't shook my hand. You've never met me. So you have to come into this with a little bit of doubt. And the third thing that we've got, all right, well, those are really the two major obstacles. Let's address them. And let's just look at something that everybody here has experience with, a webinar. So here's what happens. You either see a Facebook ad or you see an email that's promoting this webinar, right? There's a Facebook ad or there's an email. You decide to click on it. You just said yes. So if you click on it, you just said a yes. And guess what? You can do this in less than 8 seconds. So we're staying below that threshold. And now suddenly you see the webinar reg page. You read it, you scan it, and you say, I'll go ahead and register. I want to learn about this. So this goes up here. So you say yes. Most likely, again, not out of the world to say 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. But what's happening is with every step you take, I'm gaining trust with you, which means that 8 seconds can become 10, can become 12, can become 20. Now you register, your email address goes into a database where we're going to start sending you emails to remind you about the event that's coming up. And every email you open, you're saying yes over and over again. Again, building that trust with us. Even though I'm virtual, you're building that trust with me. Now, the day of the event comes up, the email goes out, says we're live. You click the link, you say, you say yes. All right, you click the link. One step I forgot here is that you've probably marked your calendar, which was another yes. Now you're live on the webinar. You join and you wait around. You said yes. Now you engage with me on the webinar. You talk to me. You respond to me. When I ask you to, you're saying yes over and over again, right? Then you actually stay the entire time of the webinar. You said yes. At the end, you get interested and you actually click on to the order page. You say yes. Then you make the purchase. You say yes. Guys, let's just count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 yeses before you made a purchase. All thanks to the world of interactive marketing. And now all we're doing is when we write copy, we're focusing on just little teeny steps. You know what this does? This makes copy so much easier because by the time you reach this area, you have self-qualified and warmed yourself up to such a degree, you're ready to go. How many of you right now, type in the number 1. Type in the number 1 if this alone, again, mind blown. Mind blown if you're watching this and you're thinking, my God, why doesn't anybody ever teach this? If right now you're thinking, why doesn't anyone ever teach this stuff? Guys, can you imagine why this is so pivotal? Why this is so important? You got people all over that are saying yes right now. I'm getting yeses across the board, left, right, front, back, everywhere. Guys, that's what a yes funnel is. And that yes funnel, not as a webinar, but even simpler, and I'll share the pages with you, is exactly how I was able to create my $4.6 million case study. I turned 6 pages of text into a $4.6 million business and growing. Now, how many of you want to see these pages? All right? Type in ready. Type in ready, and I'm not moving forward till I get at least like 200 readies, all right? If you've been quiet so far, this is not the time to be quiet. I'm demanding. I want to see your energy, guys. I bring the energy to you because I get it back from you, right? All right, we got lots of yeses. Readies. We got Kimberly, Jesse, Heather that have said ready, Charlotte that have said ready on Facebook. We've got Dominic, Mark, Boris, Kane, Bernard, Oscar, Joe, Pedro, Jim, Mary, Alfredo, Kane, Douglas, Connor, man. All right, well, let's do this, guys. This is where it all begins. How many of you know my little book called Circle of Profit? I bet you many of you on this webinar actually own a copy of this very book. Whether it's a digital or physical, I gave away 70,000 copies of this book physically for free using this page. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my 6 pages of text. This is my 6 pages of text. Now, I want to actually show you this page. So let's just end show here real quick. Where is it? Oops, that's not what I wanted to show you. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Here's the actual page. All right. So pretty simple, freaking straightforward. All right. He starts with a little video at the top with a little simple headline, nothing fancy, no wordsmithing. I go right in. So this is the introduction. This is what gets you interested to read the page. This is the story. I tell you about how the heck I discovered this. We move right into content. What is the circle of profit? There's the diagram. And we move right into transition and then right into pitch. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. 6 pages, guys. This was the page. This has converted really well for us. And what would happen? Here's what would happen as soon as you engage with this page. The next thing that would happen is right before you left. Look, I've already convinced you to what? Invest a measly $7.97 into committing. So basically, I'm asking you to commit $7.97 into getting the book delivered to your house for shipping and handling. All right, perfect. And now I ask you, look, I'll give you over $2,000 worth of free training, hands-on training, if you just click this little button. It's $47. So you think, you know what, man, I'm already spending $7.97. Might as well get this. All right. By the way, I will walk you through the conversions, like how well this converted, what it converted at, and all that stuff. I will absolutely walk you through that. That's going to be the next thing. All right. Now we move on to the upsell. So what happens as soon as you buy this is I'm going to come back to you. Now I got you to say yes. See, when you clicked the ad to show up to my sales page, you said yes. And now when you opt in to get the book and actually have it delivered to your home and you put that little $7.97 in, you said yes. Now I'm going to share, and then you get the bump offer. If you take it or even if you don't, you still said yes because you bought the book. Now I bring you to something where I'm like, look, man, here's the book. It's coming right over to you. It's coming to your house, but here's the deal. I've got an amazing program. I'd like to talk to you about it. I'd like to show you the secrets that this book reveals about how to get to your first 10K. And then at the end of that, I show you this offer for $197. Now, you might say yes to it. You might say no to it. That walks you to the downsell if you said no. I say, hold on, wait a minute. Don't leave. 50% off, and I'll take the bonuses out, but I'll give you the main training that you need. Just stay, all right? So we say, you can say yes or no, and then you land up on the thank you page that says, hey, thanks for purchasing the book. The book is going to be on its way to your inbox. It's coming into your inbox right now. But as you land on the welcome page to log in, I say, hey, I've also got this amazing free webinar that you could join us where I'll actually walk you through the book in a webinar format. You want to join? You might not act right away because you're excited to get in and start reading the book and all of that, but then a week later, I'll send you an email that takes you back to this page, which gets you registered again for the webinar. That was the yes funnel that I walked you through that helped me create over $4.6 million. And again, what I'll do here is I'll walk you right back to the whiteboard and I'll actually show you the conversions that took place. So imagine all the yeses that are happening, right? So first thing you do is you see the sales page for the book. Well, this converted at anywhere between 5% to 7%. Then the bump, that little paragraph of text, you won't believe, converted at 15%. Then the upsell converted at 11%. If you didn't buy the upsell, the downsell converted at 5%. And ladies and gentlemen, that was when you were out. You know what? You started the process to get a $7.97 book. By the end, our average customer had spent well over $30 in that same funnel. In the span of just 15, 20 minutes, we had made 400% more because we implemented something called the yes funnel. And then right here, you're offered our webinar. And what we found is that we were selling a $14.97 program on this webinar. We actually found that 3% of everybody that bought this book actually joined us inside our program called Inbox Blueprint, having invested $14.97. All in all, this led in a very short time span of about 30 days to generating over $4.6 million in sales. So let me ask you guys again. Right now, type in mind blown. Type in mind blown. All right. Now, Ray asks a great question. Ray says, I don't have anything to sell. That's the best part, Ray. There are over 20,000 affiliate products in the world that you can pick up and run with right away. And not to mention, check out this next story, right? Ray, this is for you. All right. So I used to allow people to hire me to write copy. And I used to charge anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000 to write a 30-minute video for people because it converted that well. I had a lot of demand. People really wanted my stuff. So that's what I used to do. That's how much I used to charge. And so I started to get to the point where I was too busy and I didn't want to charge that anymore and I didn't want to work for other people. So I started saying no to clients. Well, one of my clients who had been paying me $75,000 for a long time came under a little bit of a hardship, and one of their main writers bailed out on them a week before the project. So he messages me and said, can you please help? And I said, listen, here's the problem. I'm actually leaving for Hawaii. I got a flight coming up. I'm not available. I'm sorry. He says, look, I'll pay you $100,000. I said, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I cherish my vacation time with my wife. I don't want to do it. Then I started to think, man, I could probably write this whole thing on a plane because it's a simple formula. I'm the template I'm going to follow. He got up to $150,000 until I finally said yes. Guys, I made $150,000 for 5 hours of work. I wrote a 30-minute VSL that I literally just rinsed and repeated my 5-step formula. So even if you're in a place in your life, I'm telling you right now, when you graduate through the Copywriting Academy, we're actually going to be able to provide you with a certification and help you go out and actually get people who are willing to pay you thousands upon tens of thousands, if not hundreds, to write for them. This is a big need in the industry. There's a massive lack of people that can write, a massive lack of people that can write. Look at another one of our great clients here, Dory Friend. You know, she came to us. She was an expert in her niche, but she wanted to create a big income boost and a branding event. She was not a salesperson. She did not like selling, and she was 100% new to all of that. But I used my webinar formula, and we created over 1 million in sales in just 14 days. That's what she was able to achieve with my 5-step formula by putting it into action, her first product launch. So guys, the biggest takeaway that you learned today, the biggest takeaway is that it comes down to, what does it come down to? Everybody, I want you to type this in. What does it come down to? Oops. What does it come down to? I gotta get back. The word is right in front of you, and I just said it. What does it come? Yes, that's right. There's so many people that are typing in words. Heather, Lynn, Michael, all these people, Beth, all on our Facebook Live. On our GoToWebinar, it's just blowing up. It's actually freezing my panel here. It freezes every now and then because you guys are typing so fast. So now do you understand the power of this talent, this skill, to be able to use this formula? I don't care what kind of business you're building. You absolutely need it. Guys, right now, if you're on Facebook, I need to ask you for a favor. If you're on Facebook right now, I want you to click share. You're going to get a great chance to win that Lurn fund, $500 at the end of this presentation, but you have to click share if you want to do it. So right now, if you're on Facebook Live, click share. If you're on GoToWebinar, you're already doing what you need to do. Don't do anything yet. But what I do want to ask you, for all of you, as you get done clicking share, what I want to ask you right now is I want you to type in yes right now. If you agree that words are truly a foundation of a 7-figure business, no matter what type of business model you're using or you're following, that words are a foundation of a 7-figure business. I want to see, I'm not moving forward until I see lots of yeses pouring in. They're just, look at all these yeses. They're coming in crazy. I love it. Very awesome. Thank you, guys. Listen, really the last question, guys, that we're going to address today that a lot of people ask is, how the hell do I get started? All right, I'm in. I'm excited. I know I got to learn this. I know I need to master this. Now what, Anik? How do I do it? How many of you are thinking that question right now? A lot of you are thinking that question right now. I know it, and that's why you're still here. So, but I do want to ask for your permission. Have I shared enough value with you over the last 2 weeks to now be able to present to you a unique opportunity, a limited opportunity to come work with me, to get mentored by me, to learn and master this skill? Type in the number 1. Type in the number 1 right now. And I'm not going to do this until I get your permission, because at this point I will be presenting to you an opportunity, and I want to know, oh my God, ones are pouring in, probably more than any other question I've asked you so far. They're just pouring in right now. All right, Daniel, Jackie, we got a bunch of people on our Facebook Live as well that are saying it. Kimberly says 1. All right, thank you guys for your permission, because really, for me, the biggest thing that is most important in these Success Weekly webinars that we do is I want to be able to bring you tons of value. But right now, I want to introduce you to Copywriting Academy. All right, this is what we've built. Now, here's a little behind the scenes about Copywriting Academy. I've been working on this for 2 years. You can ask my team how frustrating it's been for them. Ask our assistant vice president of operations, Olga, who's worked on this with me for 2 years. I actually did the whole program twice, and I threw it in the trash. Twice I threw it in the trash. I didn't like it. I wanted to redo the whole thing. This right now, what I've created, I love, and it's my 3rd go around. It's my 3rd go around on it. See, guys, here's how I can help you today. The entire system, full video by video training system, $120 million in sales, and 15 years of my knowledge. I put it all into one place. It took me 15 years. I'm telling you right now, you can do this in 30 days. All right? The entire models that you need to follow, done. Emails, written sales letters, video sales letters, webinars. You are going to perfect the art of all of these. Again, let me repeat, emails, written sales letters, video sales letters, webinars. You are going to master the art of each of these in this program. You're also going to master this new age of interactive marketing. I don't know if you realize this, but you are actually witnessing history in the making right now, because no one has ever taught or even used the terms interactive marketing And that is really, this is for me, this is my legacy, guys. This is my legacy project. When I die, I want people that have known me for having taught interactive marketing, interactive copywriting. I want you, you will have acquired a rare talent that I've proven to you is worth tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. You will have it, and you will have all the credentials that you need. So one of the questions I get asked by people is, why did I do this? Let's face it, guys. You know, if I could have spent the same time and energy making a program like how to make money with digital publishing, or how to make money with e-com or Amazon or blogging or anything, I'd personally sell more copies of it. People are innately think they need that more. So why would I spend all this time building this copywriting academy? Why would I also give away my top secrets when I know for a fact that most people out there don't even know them, and I have a massive advantage over them? Because, guys, to be very honest with you, it's the #1 skill needed. I've done over 250,000 students in the world, and I have seen where they struggle, and it's about dang time somebody did this. The industry is truly hurting. They need copywriters. I'm telling you, how many of my friends have already reached out to me and said, your top student from Copywriting Academy is mine. Guys, the old methods of copywriting are dead. And plus, frankly, they were super hard to learn. So I'm glad that they're dead. There's a huge, huge talent for this right now. Huge demand for this. No one's teaching this new style. I had to discover it over a pure struggle of over a decade. And this talent is the one talent alone that can build multiple businesses, whether you have your own products or you simply choose to write copy for other people. Imagine being able to write copy for thousands of dollars for other people and take that money and being able to invest that money into building your other digital business till the day you reach where you don't have to write for other people and you can only write for yourself. That's what I did. That's exactly how I got where I am today. So guys, really, there's only 3 things that you need to start. #1 is you need the proven system. Look, you need the system that's developed over 15 years. It's generated over 120 million in sales. Many have copied my system and done very well with it. This isn't something that only worked for me. It's worked for countless people. Live examples, case studies, the whole 9 yards. I'm giving you everything in one area. The #2 thing you need is you need a community, because this is a whole, guys, this is all about the psychology. This is about mastering an ability, a talent. You need the community. You need access to 24/7 guidance. Right now, I'm about to kick off into a massive amount of expert interviews where there are very few people in the world that I believe have mastered interactive copywriting, and I'm going to bring them right to your doorstep. Not to mention that you get to network and mastermind with each other in this program. The 3rd thing that you need is certification. Look, test your skills, find your strengths, but also find your weaknesses so that you can eradicate them and truly master this trade. If you want, take our certification and use it as credibility to go get hired to create instant income. Become a pioneering leader in this world of interactive marketing. See, guys, here's how we put the program together. 15 years in the making, the training of the full system. There's the introduction module. Then there's the module #1, interactive versus direct marketing. And then there's the foundation to building your copywriting business or to become a copywriter. Then step #3 is researching your market so that you can write powerful copy. Step #4 is how to create opt-in pages and webinar registration pages that crush it. Step #5 is how to write converting emails that build relationships and get millions in sales. Step #6 is how to write powerful written sales letters unlike anything anyone is teaching you. Step #7 is how to create impeccable video sales letters. Step #8 is how to write amazing webinars. Okay, let me tell you something right now. You master the art of writing amazing webinars, I will hire you. That's how badly this talent is needed. But it's not that difficult. It's just that nobody's out there teaching it. So guys, just those few things put together, right? The full video-based training, unlimited access, step-by-step, master internet marketing to the core. Case studies and live examples, copywriting legend access, the greatest interviews as I do them for time to come, months and years to come. The total value, easily I could argue $2,891. You know, you can go to Harvard to get an MBA in marketing right now and they don't teach you this. Heck, I don't think it's worth $2,891. I think it's worth $200,000. But whatever, put whatever number I could to be conservative there. Who knows what it's worth, but I'll tell you right now, it's worth a heck of a lot more. How many of you would agree? Type in yes if you would agree that what I just shared with you is worth way more than $2,891. Type in yes right now if you agree, worth way more than that, way, way above and beyond that. I know, I can see lots of yeses pouring in. And then we talk about the community of interactive marketing students and coaches. Guys, we're not just talking about support, okay? We're talking about mentorship. Our top Lurn coaches, our copywriting community would bring in outside experts into the place. We let you have access to a Facebook group where even I will be there to answer questions and to work with you and to review things you've done. You can post your copy. People will review it. Your peers will review it. So if you just look at the value of the community alone, 24/7 feedback, worldwide access, networking, masterminding, again, I gave it a $1,891 in value. All right, type in the number 1 if you believe that what I just shared with you is worth well over $1,891. I think it goes without saying. I don't even think I need to ask this question. By the way, the number of comments that we have is absolutely crashing my GoToWebinar. And I can already see on Facebook Live alone, I don't even know. They don't show me, but I love your guys' engagement. Thank you. Now, the third thing that you need, right? Certification, industry recognized certification. Be the founding member of Interactive Marketing, literally history in the making. Get instant credibility. Become a worldwide pioneer in this art. Help others sell their products, or heck, help sell your own products. It's up to you. Discover the true strategies that are needed, the true strategies, the true strengths that you have to make those strategies work. And also find your weaknesses so that you can eradicate them. Work with us on that. Every single module I shared with you, you have to go through a tiny quiz to get to the next module. At the very end, you take an awesome certification test to really see where you are. And guys, through all of this, I think it's easily worth $2,991. You get to test your skills. You get to be in a place where you have credibility so that you could get hired. You get to become a pioneering leader in the world of interactive marketing the day it was formed and found. All of this alone, guys, the ability to turn words into multiple 7-figure businesses. I put everything I can right into Copywriting Academy, right into this place. Over $7,773 of actual real value. I argue it's worth 10, 20, 30 times that. But whatever, right? That's what I put down. So now I want you to tell me, are you excited to master the art of selling through the written word? Do you believe that my 2 years of investment in this program can help your business? I want you to type yes into the comments right now. If you believe that, type yes into the comments right now. I want to see yeses pouring in. If you are ready and committed to mastering this trade, I already see tons of yeses coming in, by the way. Wow. Just pouring in. I love it. See, guys, here's what we're doing. We're releasing our founding class. Now, it's very special to be a part of our founding members classes. Okay, first of all, we're very limited seats. I'll tell you right now, for the whole day today, I had planned on releasing 100 seats. That was it. And then this morning at 3 o'clock when I did the webinar just for our students, we did over 120 students. 120. I was blown away by the interest, but I was also touched because I'm so glad that you guys are listening. I'm so glad that you understand how important this skill is. So I decided I'm going to open it up. I'll see by the end of tonight if I can keep it open or if I close it tonight. It's just going to depend on what my team says, right? We don't have a lot of copywriting coaches in this team. So I have to make sure that we can still provide the service, but I am still offering a huge discount for early action takers. This is a lifetime membership, and I'm telling you right now, it's the only time you're going to see this, all right? This can expire any day, anytime. Any day, anytime. So I'm not trying to build a bunch of scarcity. Like I told you, this may very well be open tomorrow. I have no idea. But I'm just watching how much of my time and my lead coach's time it takes so that we can serve our existing platform and our existing students very well. So really, there's a big question in your mind right now, and I hear it, and that's what's my investment to get started. I'm going to give you a clue, but I'm not done yet. There's some other amazing things I want to add in, but the clue I'm going to give you is, first of all, there's a huge discount. There will be no annual payment. You will never pay again after today. There's very limited time that this is going to be a lifetime membership, and it's really only going to be for our founding members. So you're going to get an instant rebate very soon. But before I even do that, how many of you would love for me to make this program absolutely the de facto #1 program that you'll ever need in the world of copy and the world of learning psychology? Type in me. If you'd love to be in a place where when it comes to learning the psychology of marketing, when it comes to learning how to write powerful words, you'll never ever need any other program, ever. Because I will constantly be up to, me's are pouring in, I love it. Let's look over here at Facebook. Jesse, Jackie, Heather, Deb, Kimberly. Again, Kimberly's been super active. Thank you for that, Kimberly. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm adding training today that solidifies this as by far the #1 and best copywriting system and training in the world. I'm going to give you 5 amazing bonuses, and if you hang on, I'm going to add a 6th bonus. I'm not going to tell you all about it just yet, but I will tell you this: it actually writes copy for you. It's an automated copywriter, which you're going to love, and I'll share with that. I'll do a demo for you too. And bottom line is, I'm going to coach you until you master this. Bonus number one is I'm going to take my best action pages, my best opt-in pages, webinar registration pages, all of the templates that have converted at 50% or more, that I've spent over $15 million in marketing testing to get. This is easily a $497 value. I'm going to give it right to you. It's going to be in the members area. Now, one thing I want you to know, some of these bonuses will not be in the members area right away. This is why you get to be a founding member, because we're still putting them in there. But this is also why I'm going to give you a huge discount. But that's the brilliant part, guys. You can't possibly use all of this by tomorrow. You got plenty to get started, and I'll keep improving and building the program. I'll add other bonuses as I feel fit, as I feel that they're needed. The second bonus that we're adding is what I call email mastery. You know, everyone talks about how to write emails that sell, and that's all great. And I make $2 to $3 million a year in commissions through email. I make over $1 million a month selling high-ticket products thanks to email. I send over 21 million emails a month. Just process that for a minute, guys. 21 million emails a month. But I'll tell you the number one thing that no one has taught you, that I'm going to teach you now, that I'm going to teach you today, that I'm going to teach you in the Copywriting Academy, is how to build a masterful relationship, a tribe-like relationship with your list. How many of you feel like you already know me and have a relationship with me? Type in the number one if you feel truly like you already know me and have a relationship with me. Type in the number one. We got lots of ones pouring in. I'm going to teach you how I do that, how you can do it. This is easily worth $397, if not way more than that. Number three, I'm going to give you this course that's cutting edge. Listen, if you wanted to learn how to do powerful webinars, there's no one else is teaching it. It doesn't exist. And even if you're not ready to do webinars for yourself, imagine the tens of thousands you can make by offering this service. Heck, I'll pay you tens of thousands if you write my webinars. So how I sell over 15 million a year just in Lurn, but 20 million a year between all my businesses. I'm going to give you the exact formula, how to implement the 5-step formula, but specifically to webinars. And I'm going to give you 10 tips that I've learned after having had over 100,000 webinar attendees just in the last couple of years. These are the 10 things that we do for every webinar, easily worth over $797. Now we get into my two favorite bonuses that I think truly will make the biggest impact in your life. And here we go. First and foremost, the Copywriting Hall of Fame, building your swipe file. Let me tell you that thing that is going to make the biggest impact in your life. And that is that every time you see a good piece of copy, whether it's a written sales letter, a video sales letter, a webinar, or an email, you put it into what we call a swipe file. You store it somewhere on a Dropbox, on a Google Drive, or on your hard drive, and then you dissect it. So every 2 weeks, I'm going to get on live trainings with you where I dissect amazing copy, and you see exactly how I do it. I'm going to do this for you. I've not done it yet, but I'm accruing everything together. It's about to go live in a few days, and as founding members, you have access to it for life, where I will consistently every week be finding new written sales letters, new video sales letters, new webinars, new emails, and dumping them in there, so that when you are ready to do something and you need a model to follow, you go in there and boom. Guys, this is worth easily $1,497. Type in me if this is something you would love to have. Type in me if you'd love to have a pre-done master swipe file that you can start working from day one. The me's are just pouring in. I love it. Well, guys, the last bonus is yours truly. It's me. See, I want to be able to work with you. I want to mentor you directly. Every other week, we're going to do live trainings. So look at this training that we do, but now you're going to get more. Every 2 weeks, I'll get on a webinar with you, and I will show you and teach you and answer your questions. And if you wrote copy, you can paste the link for me, and I'll go in there and I'll rip it apart, and I'll show you how to make it better. And for the rest of you, you'll watch, you'll learn, you'll master, you'll ask questions live with me. Plus, I'll be in the Facebook group. Now, I'm not there all the time. I can't answer every question, but I'll be doing as much as I can. I'll be posting trainings in there. This is my passion. Remember, building and teaching copy is my passion. I'll be in there as much as I can. And anytime I make any update to this course for the rest of your life, you get all of it for free. This is easily worth $1,997, but again, I'm handing it to you for free. Now, listen, I'm not done yet, but I am going to give the early risers a chance to go ahead and enroll, because we are going to have to cap the seats. I can't have another 100 people enroll today. I can probably have another 30 or 40 enroll today, maybe 50, I don't know. But at that point, I have to pause so I can see and make sure that we can actually give everybody this amazing service. But there is another big bonus coming up, all right? It's coming up. It's going to come up in about 5 minutes. But right now, I want to ask you something. How many of you are already ready? Type in yes right now. If you're already committed, you want in. You're already there. You want in. You want to join. You want to be one of those early 40, 50 seats that I have open right now so that you don't risk losing out on this. I want you to type in one. I'm going to read names out right now. I'm going to tell you how many were Brian, Robert, Dostin Beck, Kelly, Lynn, Brian, Walter, Bill, Doreen, Shell, Yaz, Brian, Ayana, Rosalind, Thomas, Smiley, Stephen, Harry, Carolyn, David, Laura. I can't read all these names, guys. We just have ones and yeses and just things pouring in. Right now, come on. Type in, I don't know what I said. If I said yes or if I said one, I don't know what I said. I'm losing my mind. I'm so excited here. Just type in, let me know that you guys are excited, that you want to be a part of this. All right? Govind writes, me too, Anik. How many of you right now, let's have a moment to just have a quick conversation, guys, because I love the fact that you guys get excited about this topic, because quite honestly, I didn't know how warmly it would be received. But can you type in ready? Type in ready if you've had a major breakthrough in this webinar alone, whether you take action and join Copywriting Academy or not, but you believe as marketers you've had a major breakthrough. Just type in ready for me. I want to be able to see how many people have had major breakthroughs, right? We have David, Andrew, Mary, Shanna, Walter, Joe, Debbie, Mark, Ramil, Marie, Robert, Ruth, Paul, Rosalind, Bill. Let's go over here to Facebook. Stephanie, Jackie, Kimberly, Charlotte, just tons and tons of people. Thank you, guys. That means the world to me to know that you've gotten a lot of value out of this. I really appreciate that. So here's what's going to happen. If you take action right now, before I even get a chance to present the next bonus to you, before I even show you a demo of a software that'll actually build your copy, first version of the copy for you. It's such an amazing software. I invested $50,000 to get it. I bought it from a company for you. I'm going to give you a $300 instant rebate today, right now. I cannot promise that this is going to stick around forever. Now, you might be able to come back a week or 2 weeks from now and still get the instant rebate of $300. I don't know. It's going to depend on how quickly we fill up this class, which is why I'm telling you, don't even sit around and wait for me to go over the next bonus. If you're ready to do this, I want you to take action, and I want you to get into this. This program, guys, is my life's work. Honestly, I could charge you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, and I wouldn't blink an eye because I know what you can make back from it, millions. But still, I wanted it to be superbly accessible to the world because nobody teaches this. I wanted it to be something that everybody could have. So I chose to go with a price point of $997. But then today, right now, I've cut it to $697. That's it, one-time payment right now. Go to the URL on your screen, www.lurncopy.com, Lurn copy.com/go. Lurncopy.com/go. You put in a tiny investment today of $697, and that is it. You never, ever pay again to ever learn the psychology of marketing or how copy or how to use words, whether it's a written sales letter, emails, webinars, video sales letters, or any form of new copy that ever comes out. Right now, go to lurncopy.com/go. And I'm telling you, I have a hard limit on this. But before you do this, can you guys type in the number one? Type in the number one if you are actually heading over to the site right now. I need to be able to know so I can tell how many people are heading over there right now, because I'll tell you right now, we're gonna have a problem with the number of people. Robert, Daniel, Priyank, Mary, Walter, Dostin Beck, Tamaz, Mark, Robert, Carolyn, Johnny, Kelly, Angela, Smiley, Lynn, Raj, Marie, Jim. Whoop, buddy. I gotta tell you guys right now, Hasif says done. Wow. All right. Head on over there right now. I'll start telling you how many people are actually taking action. What I'm going to actually do is pull this up. I can promise you right now that we will have already. Now, if you've already taken action, can you just message me here? Can you just say done? Just type in done if you've already gone ahead and taken action. Just type in done if you've already gone. Oh, wow. Tamaz, welcome. Brian, welcome. Keith, welcome. Holy moly. Kelly, welcome. All right, guys, we are going to have a problem. Nusa, welcome. All right, and I'm not even done yet. Andrew, welcome. Kevin, welcome. Wow. You know what? This exact talent, look at what this individual was able to do. Ritaban said, he reached out to me 6 years ago, and he's brilliant with tech, brilliant with design, had no idea how to sell. Got in touch with me. I gave him a simple formula. This is 6 years ago. His first product launch, sitting in India, his first product launch did $750,000. He's done over $5 million in sales since 2010. And guys, this is the exact formula he used. He had access to way less than you have right now. Way less than what you have right now. Okay, I mean it, literally way less than what you have right now. But today I'm offering you the full training, the full system, tested, proven, step-by-step, 15 years of experience, 120 million in sales. You get all of it today. Community of interactive marketing specialists, collaboration, networking, mentoring, you get it right now. Number 3, industry recognized certification, the first certification for interactive marketing ever. You get that. Bonus number 1, my $15 million action pages. Bonus number 2, email mastery, how I build powerful relationships that allow me to create $2 to $3 million a year in commissions. Bonus number 3, webinar Jedi, how I sell over $20 million worth of products annually. Bonus number 4, copywriting hall of fame, the industry's best copywriting that you can copy and paste. Bonus number 5, Copy Masters Alliance. Personal mentorship and guidance from me, over $12,958 of true value here. You guys have already agreed that this is worth way more than that. Mark in, welcome. Gerard, welcome. Alfredo, welcome. Marie, welcome. Wow. Doreen, welcome. Kevin, welcome. If you've gone ahead and done this, let me know. I haven't had enough time to actually log into our sales portal to see how many people have taken action. I know we got a lot of people, guys. Right now, go to www.learncopy.com/go. Go to learncopy.com/go. Do it this very minute, all right? And make this happen, because we are, like I said, I am pretty sure that I'm going to have to shut this thing down, at least temporarily, at least for a certain amount of time. And we have Robert, Stephen. I can tell you right now how many students have taken action just since I announced this. And I've not even gone over the crazy bonus, the one that you guys are going to absolutely love. Where, anyways, so guys, with Copywriting Academy, you get full 15 plus years of systems. You get the exclusive founding member access, industry's #1 community. You get 24/7 support, help, guidance to master this trade of interactive marketing. You get certification, industry-wide recognition and authority. I want to tell you guys, this is amazing. You guys are awesome. I love the fact that so many of you have just been so positive and have learned so much. I'll tell you right now what we've already had. We've already had 25 students just in the last few minutes. 25 students, and that's probably going to go up right now. I'll tell you right now how much that goes up by. I just have to hit refresh. 25 students that have taken action. I hit refresh, and now it's 28 students. 28 students have taken action already. Guys, I'm telling you, don't wait around, because I don't want to be at a point where before I even get a chance to show you that amazing software that we're adding that I spent $50,000 in acquiring, that we run out of space. All right? So class #1 is officially open. Go to learncopy.com/go. We're currently enrolling. Truly only if you guys are 100% committed. Look, the reason I'm giving this $300 discount is, first of all, because you're part of Lurn Nation. Lurn Nation always gets the best of the best. So if I roll this out to other people, it's going to be $997 most likely, minimum. Why am I doing this for you? Because you're committed, because you're here, and because I care, and because I really want to see your guys' success happen. All right, so that's why I'm doing this for you. But the other reason is because we still have some growth to do. When you're a founding member, you get to be a part of our all of our focus groups. You get to tell me what you want to see added into this program, and I'll do that for you. So when you go in there, some of the bonuses may still not be in there, but they're coming, right? They're coming. So I want to ask something right now. Type in me right now if you're in the process of doing this. If you're in the process of joining right now, type in me. If you're just in the process of doing it, you're getting over to the page. I want to make sure that we have enough seats that are saved, because right now what I'm seeing is that we have now had 30 students take action. We have had 30 students take action, and we still have Jim, Donna, Ake, Abadali, Govind, Walter, Lloyd, and I'll look over here on our Facebook feed. We've got Jesse. We've got a lot of people. We've got Stephanie that are still doing this. They're still in the process of doing it, and I'm telling you, we will have to have a hard stop at some point here. We have now, I'm doing a refresh, and we have now 33 people. 33 students have taken part of this. So guys, right now, what I want you to do, okay, I'm going to show you a really cool demo. It's going to take me like 3 minutes to do. All right, I actually went and bought for $50,000. I could actually bring the company's CEO on who I bought this from to add automation into your life. Now, the software I'm going to show you should never be used as, the only copy. It should be used as something that gets you the start for your copy. Okay? Lifetime total value so far already I've added over $12,958, but I always come back to one lesson one lesson that was taught to me by Tony Robbins. And he said that, you know what, Anik? Success and movement doesn't happen in the steps to a 10 minutes or less to do something, then you've actually made the decision on your own already. If you can't make the decision to do something in 10 minutes or less, you've already made the decision. So far, we've already had 38 students make the decision to be with us here. 38 students have made the decision to join us. So in that 10 minutes, now in exchange for you making a decision, look, if you decide not to do it, that's up to you, no problem. I'm telling you, we'll still be around. We might close up for a little while. We'll reopen up in the future. The only thing you're going to you're going to be risking is we might be 997. You might lose that $300 founding member, and you might find yourself in a place where you have to pay every year. All right. Once that founding member status is gone, I mean, it's gone. I don't know what's going to happen. So guys, right now, I am going to go and start a 10-minute countdown timer. And when that 10-minute countdown timer is over, we're pretty much going to close up the webinar. Right? I'm going to try to do some Q&A, but if you can make that decision, before I ever ask people to do something, I like to do something for them in return. So what I did is I went and put my money where my mouth is, and I invested over $50,000 to code and develop. Well, actually, I was a partner in this when we were investing money. So I actually invested more than $50,000 because first we coded it. I invested in that. And then I went to the person who was my partner and I just flat out bought it out from them. I bought it out. So that way you don't have to pay any money. All right, I want you to type yes right now if you want to see a live demo of this. If you want to see me actually show you a demo, come on, type in yes right now. Type in yes right now. Oh my God, we got lots and lots and lots and lots of yeses happening. All right, let's check over here on Facebook Live. I like to. Ace just said in. Awesome. Fatih. Lots of people typing yeses. So let's do this, all right? So before we do this, let's see here. Before we do this, we're going to head on over to Google. And got 10-minute countdown timer. How many of you can see the countdown timer? Now, just remember the URL, where to go? LearnCopy.com/go. Ladies and gentlemen, go to it right now. I want to give you a quick update before I start the timer of how many students have actually taken the decision, because we are actually, I think, about to cross 50. And I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to act like it's not happened. We're at 45. 45. So let's start this 10-minute countdown timer. Again, congratulations on all of you who have done. Jim says he's in. Jim is in. Awesome. Jim is in. All right. So let's hit the start button right here. So what I've done, right, is I've logged into Copywriting Academy here now. I'm going to show you. So we've got our Facebook group, but let's just go straight to the modules and look at this. Look at the left side here, right? So you see the direct marketing versus interactive marketing. Module 1, Module 2 is copywriting foundation. Module 3 is researching your market. Module 4 is building action pages, opt-in and registration pages. Module 5 is writing high converting emails. Module 6 is written sales letters. Module 7, video sales letters. But they're all locked. So what you have to do is basically go through these tiny lessons, and then you just take a quick little quiz at the end. This one's 4 questions, and we automatically unlock Module 1 for you. So we guide you through the whole training process, right? But that's not what you came here for, right? And plus, we have all of our live training schedules that you can register for all the live coaching calls. But this thing right here, exact model. All right, so let me just check in here. All right, you get free access to this for life. No matter how many copies we add to it, you'll never pay an extra penny. And just look at how easy this is going to be, okay? So I go here and I click create a project. Now remember, again, let me repeat this. This is not meant to be the be-all, end-all. I never want people to think that this is going to be the final copy, all right? Because I want you to still apply what you've learned. You need to apply what you've learned always. So let's just say we're writing copy, and so I head on over. By the way, how much time do we have left here? 8.5 minutes, guys. 8.5 minutes. And the URL, in case you're wondering, LearnCopy.com/go. LearnCopy.com/go. I want to make sure that I've also typed this into the chat box. So let me just type it into the GoToWebinar chat box. If you're watching on Facebook, it's in the comments. All right, if you're watching on Facebook, it is in the comments for you. So there it is in the chat box as well. So let's just say I'm doing personal development. So I'll go to personal development, click on that. Look at all these sales letters that are already done. So let's say we want to do strengthen your mind-body connection, or law of attraction, or personal power angle, or time management made easier, or conscious brain control. So I'll just go to strengthen your mind. I can hit preview first to just quickly look at it. Look at the sales letter. It's completely written. You have 100% rights to this. Even if you take this right as is and write copy for your clients and make tons of money, I don't make a portion of it. This is yours. You can use it and do whatever the heck it is that you want to do with it. By the way, we just crossed 50 students, and I'm just going to ignore it and act like it didn't happen right now, okay? So I'm going to click on select here, and I'm just going to say Success Weekly Demo and hit submit. Now check out how easy that we've made this for you. So it says, can you really gain a permanent advantage in every area of life from plain old exercise? So what if you could do a single activity, desire number 1? And it gives you an example, boundless energy to take on the day. So amazing energy to move mountains, I don't know. All right, so I hit little checkbox there, and then I go to desire number 2, and we've given you examples. So you can just take these examples and literally just alter them, and then I would type whatever in, hit submit. I'd come up here, hit save. It'll allow you to download the Word version of it. It'll literally allow you to download the Word version of this copy, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Make any changes you want to it. Any changes. And it's yours. Now check this part out. We go to emails. Guys, your emails are written. Welcome emails, product launch emails, done for you emails, frustrated emails, story emails, demo emails, re-engagement campaigns, free content, scarcity, webinars. So let's go to like product launch emails, right? So you go right here to follow-up email. So you click on preview, and we've done all the hard work for you. Hey, Rockstars, I've arranged for you to get a special behind-the-scenes training, blah, 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 blah. Fill in the guest names. Fill in the number of methods. Fill in all these little blanks, and you still then get a text file that you can do whatever you want with it. You can do whatever you want. Guys, right now you have exactly 6 minutes. Go to learncopy.com/go. You get lifetime access to that. You get lifetime access to that no matter what we add into it. Right now, I want to see you type in wow. I want to see you type in wow if you are, or I want to see you type in wow if you're blown away right now by everything you're getting. I told you, when it comes to learning marketing, when it comes to learning the psychology of marketing, there will be no other program you will ever need or ever be asked to get. This will be it, including the technology. Now, the technology I presented to you last because I want you to understand that it's meant to help you get a kickstart. It's not the be-all, end-all. You still need to learn this trade. You still need to understand how to do it. I want to share with you how many students have already enrolled at this point. I'm just hitting refresh over here. And I want you to know that you have 5 minutes, guys. We have 52 students who've already taken part of this program. 52 students who are already here. And tons of people typing in wow. Tons of people typing in wow. Jim says it's an overwhelming deal. Let me ask you, Lloyd says I'm in. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you are in the process of doing this right now? Type in me if you're in the process of heading over to learncopy.com/go and you want me to keep it open so we don't end up closing it on you. Learncopy.com/go. Just type in me right now. Just type in me right now. All right? If you're in the process of making this happen, and I don't want us to close it down at the very moment right now. All right, Mary, MacDeal, Ernest, Daniel. Oh, Marcus says close it. Close it. All right, Deb, Ryan, Tina. All right, Deb, Ryan, Tina, Albert. Guys, LB. All right, LB. Anthony says he's done. Smiley. Go right now because the time is running out. You don't have a lot of time to do this. Guys, if you're still sitting around and thinking about it, I got to tell you, I don't know what else to do. Right? So we added exact model to it, which was easily worth $1,997. That brings up the total package value up to $14,955. And quite honestly, if you don't do it now, when exactly are you going to take action? When exactly would you do it? That's what I want to know. When exactly would you do this? Because what's going to happen is you're going to run out of the opportunity pretty soon. Because, well, it's going to expire, or you're going to have to basically come in and do $997, and you might have to pay that every year. So let's really face what's happening, guys. Look at everything you're getting. None of this is overvalued. If I think anything, this package is worth $150,000 if you ask how much money I think. Look at the training in the full system, tested, proven, step-by-step. The community of interactive marketing specialists, the industry-recognized certification, my $15 million worth of action pages. That's what I invested to come up with these opt-in pages templates, these webinar page templates, email mastery, how I build powerful relationships that allow me to generate over $2 to $3 million a year in affiliate commission, have generate up to $1 million a month in high ticket sales. Then bonus number 3 is Webinar Jedi, how we're doing over 20 million a year in webinar sales, the 10 secrets, everything you need to know there. Copywriting Hall of Fame, which means we'll literally constantly be out there looking for amazing copy and put it right at your disposal so you can respectfully, learn from it, copy it, in a respectful way. Of course, we never copy other people's hard work, but this will be in a way that you can learn. We've had 56 students, by the way, today, 56 students that have taken action. And I bet you when I hit refresh now, that'll have gone up to probably 57 or 58. All right. By the way, where are we on time? And then last but not least, I forgot to mention, last but not least, the Copy Masters Alliance and Exact Model, total value of $14,955. Guys, right now you are literally at 2 minutes left to go. And I'm not saying that I'm shutting this down at the end of 2 minutes. I'm not trying to apply false pressure. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, if you can't make a decision that impacts your future in 2 minutes or in 10 minutes, then you're not ready. Then you've basically answered my question for me. We have now 58 students who've taken this step. We have 58 students. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to pause this here for a few minutes because I want to do some questions, because I want you to be able to see this and understand the value that you're getting, right? So the next question I want to ask, again, is type in the number 1 right now. If you are still in the process, you're making it happen. MacDeal says, I'm in. Congratulations, MacDeal. Welcome to the entire amazing interactive marketing community. Type in the number 1 if you're still in the process of getting this done. Mary, come on, what's holding you back? Boris, Jean, let's make it happen. Let's do this right now. Let's see on Facebook, because I am going to have to shut this down. All right, I'm going to have to shut this down. So right now, I really, really want to make sure that you guys are doing it. Quan, what's holding you back, my friend? Jean, let's get in there. Type in the number 1 right now if you're in the process of making it happen. All right, type in the number 1 if you're in the process of making it happen. Linda Parkman, I see you. All right, let's get in there. Let's do it. Carolyn says, I did it. Oronde says, I did it. He's in. All right, we have tons of people. Let's see what we're up to now. All right, I'm going to do the actual calculation and see how many students, because we have a lot of people that are taking action right now. All right, so let's see here. All right, 60 students now. We're up to 60 students, guys. We're up to 60 students, all right? We're up to 60 students. I mean, we literally have maxed out whatever we had intended to allow to happen today. It has happened. I got to tell you, it has happened. We still have a lot of people watching. Guys, I have to tell you, I am incredibly proud of you guys. At this point, if we keep going like this, I do intend to maybe keep it open for a little bit longer. I mean, it's been so impactfully received, but I don't want you to sit around and wait for it. Just don't want you to sit around and wait for it. Don says, I'm already in, excited. Thank you, guys. I'm telling you right now, you are going to love every minute of this. So now what I want to do is let's do some questions, guys. If you got some questions for me, I will try. We're going to do the giveaway as well. We're going to do the $500 Learn Fund giveaway to at least 3 people today. I'll be giving it away to 3 people today. We'll pick people from our Facebook Live, and we'll be picking people from our GoToWebinar. So get ready for that. But if you've got some questions that will help you make that decision, let me know, because we are getting ready close to pretty much closing it up, all right? So if you got a question about copywriting, or if you got a question that'll help you make that buying decision, let's see this one right here. All right. All right, this is great. Jael Carlos says, Anik, what is the difference between Copywriting Bootcamp that I bought from your webinar a few weeks ago? You didn't buy it because it was free. You just registered. And Copywriting Academy. Well, guys, look, the difference is going to nursery school and going to get an MBA. That's the difference. The Copywriting Bootcamp is great, but it's an introduction, right? It's 7 videos. We're talking about, this is 8 modules, with each of them has like 15 videos. We're talking about mastering a subject. Literally, it's like nursery school versus going to college. And then he says, I'm also a student of your Learn Insider program, and I would like to know if there's additional information for Copywriting Academy that's not presented in Copy Bootcamp. Let me tell you right now, Carlos, João Carlos, there is a tremendous amount, right? Tremendous amount of additional information here. If you want to learn the psychology of marketing, if you want to learn the psychology, and if you want to master the ability, all right, the ability to create major movement in your business using the power of words, which I already expressed to you, how you all agreed how important it was. You all already saw that. Well, then in that case, João Carlos, it's going to be absolutely a very impactful thing. And yes, it's incredibly different. It's incredibly different. All right, incredibly different. All right. We've got, let's see here. Any other questions here? I'm still learning. Ismail's still watching because he's learning from how I present. That's amazing. That's awesome. All right, that's amazing. All right. All right. Let's see here. Is there going to be a replay? Yes, there's always a replay. I just can't promise that this offer will be available at that point of the replay. All right. We have, let's see here. Okay, payment plan is a topic that came up a lot earlier today during our student webinar, and I want to address it about as honestly with you and transparently with you as possible. Look, guys, here's the deal, right? This is a very, very powerful talent of mine that it's worth millions of dollars that nobody else knows. So I have to give it the value that I believe it truly is, right? I can't be underselling this. Now, I would do a payment plan any day, and you guys know I always do payment plans. The reason I'm not jumping at the gun to do it right now is because the truth is that I can only take so many students, right? Because we have a limited number of coaches that can facilitate this program. So because I can only take a limited number of students to actually do this, if I do payment plans, I would be underselling and I would have more students and they wouldn't be as committed. It wouldn't be as fair to those who paid the full $697. You're already getting a huge $300 discount. This program is actually going to be marketed at $997 and eventually probably make its way up to even more than that. So what I do want to share with you is I will give it a consideration over the weekend. I will give it a consideration depending on if my team tells me that we can take on, without harming or hurting the other students, if we can take on more students, I will consider doing a payment plan, but I'm not promising that and I don't know if it'll be out, and I hope you understand. I'm just trying to be very upfront and very honest with you. I will do my very best, all right? I'll do my very best. Gene says, God's gifted you. You have a special anointing in this area, plus you work hard. Thank you very much, Gene. I really appreciate that. It's very, very, so awesome that you said that. Lynn said, Anik, that would be awesome. Thank you for considering. Lynn, I will absolutely consider it. Guys, there's nothing more that I want in the world than to have this course in the hands of every single one of you. I mean that. There's nothing more that I want in the world than to have this in the hands of every single one of you, because I have seen hands-on the impact that this has on the students who take this program. I have seen it. And you know what? Right now, I want to congratulate the fact that we have 70 students now. 70 students. I'm just, wow. Thank you guys for that. All right, here's what we're going to do. All right, I'm going to put 5 minutes back on that timer, and we are going to get ready to shut things down, guys. This is your final opportunity. If you've got some questions, right now is the chance to get those questions asked. 5 minutes on the timer. Thank you for considering it. Donna says, yeah, I agree. Anik, you're blessed. Thank you so much. Angela says, thanks for the consideration. All right, check the check. So where can we start? You know what? Let's do our first giveaway. Before I forget, sometimes I get excited and I forget to do Learn Fun to giveaway. So let's have some fun here. Number one, who's going to be our lucky winner? So let me figure out a fun question. So I'm going to do the first one to our GoToWebinar attendees, all right? And then the next one will be for our Facebook followers. And then the third one will be for both. I'll pick from both, okay? What is on GoToWebinar, and you can answer this also if you're inside Facebook. I'd love for you to answer this as well, because it just is awesome. It gets this out to more people. What is the number one thing that you learned today? What's the most impactful thing that you learned today that you believe is going to make a big difference in your business? That's going to make a big impact in your business. What's the number one thing that you learned today that's going to make a big impact in your business? Yvonne says, Anik, I'm in. Congratulations, Yvonne. Welcome to the movement, as I call it, the interactive marketing movement. All right, so on GoToWebinar or even on Facebook, please answer it to answer. Okay, copy, words, sell. Okay, Joe says a yes funnel. I'm looking for something a little bit more impactful. Walter says psychology is mind-blowing. What I learned today is that writing has a purpose. Your words represent you. Oh, Tamaz, nice. All right. All right. You know what, Tamaz? You win. I like that. That was a very specific part of my conversation with you guys that you picked up on. And I'll tell you, it's a simple piece of advice, but it really made a big difference in my life. So guys, everybody, let's say congratulations to Tamaz. All right. Congrats, Tamaz. You've just won $500 investment into your business. And what I want you to do is, let me just quit this right here. What I want you to do, please, is go ahead and message us to support@lurn.com, or one of our support team members on here, like Carla or someone, or Kristen, is going to message and reach out to you, and they'll get all the pertinent information to send you your $500 investment. Now, remember, guys, this $500 investment is meant to be used in your business, not for PlayStation or Xbox. All right. So everyone typing congrats to Tamaz. All right. Now let's move on over to our home at Facebook. What did I tell you earlier? I told you in order for you to have a chance to win this, you'd have to hit share. Help me out on Facebook. And let's see how many people abided by that. We have had over 232 shares, ladies and gentlemen. That is amazing. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Here's the deal. If you clicked share and you're still here, type in me. Type in me on Facebook if you clicked share and you're still here. I love how people are typing in me on GoToWebinar. You couldn't have possibly hit share, Pedro. You couldn't have hit share. Unless you went to Facebook. Maybe you did. All right, let's have a look here. I will look at your name. All right, we got, let's see here. Jackie says it. So John says it. So, all right, Jackie, I'm going to check you out. Let's see if you really did do it. I'm going to find you here. All right, Jackie, you are the winner. Now, here's the deal. Oh, I already lost you. Crap. All right. To my team that's watching, hey, Jackie, can you leave another comment so that I can catch your name? Because on Facebook, they keep scrolling the names that they leave. Jackie, Jacki, if my team caught that. Otherwise, we'll go back into the comments, look later. Or Jackie, just remember, message us at support@lurn.com. Support@lurn.com. Let us know you're the Jackie. Link us to your Facebook profile. We'll have a quick look. There you are. Jackie Jean. Jackie Jean, congratulations. You have won $500 Lurn investment into your business. All right. All right, congratulations. Number 3 is going to be between Facebook or GoToWebinar. I'm going to pick from one of them, okay? Here's what we're going to do. I want you to tell me, what is the first way are you going to use what's the first thing you're going to do with your copywriting knowledge? What's the first thing you're going to do with your copywriting knowledge? What is the first thing that you're going to do with your copywriting knowledge? I want to know. You can answer me on Facebook. You can answer me on GoToWebinar. Either one, Facebook or GoToWebinar. What's the first thing you're going to do? The number one thing I learned is to make, oh, nope, that's something different, Arande. All right, let's see here. Build a one-page website, says Priyank. Okay, let's see what's going on over here on GoToWebinar. Launch my future. I like that. I want to write a WSL to start a consulting biz. Brian Ayala. Okay. All right. Brian, you're in the running. You're in the running. All right. I'm going to build a pre-sale page to promote my personal growth business. Okay, Casey. All right. Well, you know what? I put up a good thing. Brian Ayala over on GoToWebinar. You win. Oh, right in time, Brian. We just hit 0. All right. We still have a chance here, guys. What's the URL? The URL is learncopy.com/go. Let me just type in here, Brian Ayala. Brian Ayala, congratulations and welcome. Congratulations and welcome. You are now winning a $500 investment into your business. I hope you use it wisely. I hope you use it to go on to make millions of dollars for yourself. I also want to tell you guys, how many students do we eventually basically have take action today? Right here on this webinar, 71 people have now taken action. 71 students have now taken action. So congratulations to Tamaz, Jackie, and Brian. This is your last opportunity, everybody else, to make this happen right now. Go to learncopy.com/go. And on a scale of 1 to 10, ladies and gentlemen, could you please leave a comment below? 10 being best, 1 being worse. On a scale of 1 to 10, could you please tell me how you thought today's training was? What did you feel about today's training? 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me right now. All right, Mark says 10. Smiley says 12. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Smiley. Thank you very much. We've got Ismail says killer. Boris says 100. Jim says excellent. Wow, I love this. All right. So far, the lowest one I've seen is 8. At 110 says Pedro. 17 says Yasif. We have 1,000. I have a 411. Dustin Beck says 13. Let's see what's going on over here on the Facebook feed. All right. All right, Ritho says 10. There's Ritho. Ritho's here. He was in our actual presentation. You guys saw it. He's actually watching the webinar. Hey, Ritho. All right, Kimmy. Kimmy says 10. Give me that $500. Maybe next time, Kimmy. Be here next week on Wednesday, guys. We will be doing another big giveaway and doing some awesome training. I'll do in action, so I can just do a big congratulations to you. And wow, we have 2 more students. We're at 73. Ladies and gentlemen, I will leave this running for another couple of minutes here, but I'm telling you right now, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave a timer on, and at the end of this timer, when this timer hits 0, I'm not sure if we're still going to be open or if we're going to have to pause. Basically, in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to message my team and I'm going to find out what the heck it is that we need to do. Chances are I'm going to leave it open for now. I'll be very honest with you. You'll have an opportunity to get in there until my team screams bloody murder. I will leave it open for you guys. All right, so without further ado, everybody, thank you so much. It's been an amazing honor to present to you today. I will be here next week. We're going to start next week back into some amazing content. There will be nothing to buy. It will be just pure content, amazing training. We'll get back into teaching you the amazing world of being an entrepreneur, especially an online entrepreneur. So mark your calendars. Be here again, same time, same place. We'll send you an email. Thank you very much. It's been an honor. And as I always say, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. See you on the next one, everyone. Thank you.